All right, let's talk about something that I'm sure a lot of you can relate to, overthinking. We're going to dig into a really fascinating way to reframe this today, looking at the difference between what feels like just thinking in circles and something way more powerful we're going to call thinking in layers.
I mean, you know that feeling, right? Where you've got this one idea or this decision you need to make, and your brain just grabs on and will not let it go. It just runs the same scenarios over and over and over, and you feel like you're getting absolutely nowhere.
And yeah, there's a name for that kind of mental gridlock. It's called analysis paralysis. It's that moment when you get so deep in thought. I mean, you're analyzing every single angle that you just freeze. You become totally unable to make a decision or take any action at all.
So first, let's just dig into that really common description of being trapped by our own thoughts. This whole idea of thinking in circles. This is the classic take, isn't it? Your brain just feels like a broken record, playing the same worries, the same what-ifs, on repeat. It's exhausting, it's super frustrating, and honestly, it feels completely unproductive. You know, like you're just spinning your wheels in the mud.
Okay, so this brings us to the real core of what we're talking about today. We've got this idea of thinking in circles, that chaotic, repetitive, frustrating loop. But what if we put that up against a totally different model? What if we called it thinking in layers, something that's actually structured and way, way deeper?
And this is the crucial question, right? What if that thing you're experiencing, the thing that feels like you're just stuck in a frustrating loop, what if it's actually something else entirely? What if your brain is doing something way more sophisticated? So let's try and reframe this whole thing. Let's move away from the idea of paralysis and consider that maybe, just maybe, it's a completely different kind of thinking.
So instead of analysis paralysis, let's give it a new name: strategic overthinking. See, this isn't a sign that you're stuck. It's actually a sign of incredible analytical depth. It's your mind trying to be unbelievably thorough, trying to pinpoint and solve for every single potential flaw, every possible variable, not just for right now, but like 10 moves ahead.
I mean, really let that sink in for a second. The mind of a strategist trying to fix every flaw 10 moves ahead. You're not just worrying, you're strategizing. You're thinking like a chess master, looking way down the board, anticipating problems so you can come up with a foolproof plan. That is a huge shift in perspective, right?
Okay, so how does this layered mind actually work? Let's break down the mechanics of it.
All right, here's the key. You have to switch your mental model. You're not on some hamster wheel, just spinning around and around. No. Instead, imagine you're building something, like a tower, brick by brick, layer by layer. It's a structured stack of thoughts, where each one rests on the one before it.
And here's kind of what that stack can look like. So, on the bottom, layer 1. That's your initial idea, the decision you have to make. Then, your mind immediately adds layer 2 on top of it. Okay, what are the potential obstacles right now? Then comes layer 3. All right, what are the downstream consequences, the knock-on effects? And then you've got layer 4 on top. How does all of this fit into the big picture, the long-term strategy? You see, you're not repeating yourself, you're going deeper and deeper with each pass.
And when you start to see it like that, you realize that every new thought, every single what-if that pops into your head, it isn't just more noise. It's another layer of detail. It's like adding another coat of varnish that gives the final plan more depth, more nuance, more resilience. It's a process of making something better, not just creating confusion.
Which brings us to the best part, honestly. How to start seeing this whole process as your analytical superpower. How to turn what you always thought was a weakness into a massive strength.
Okay, so for anyone out there who has ever beaten themselves up for overthinking, I want you to listen to this really closely. That tendency you have to analyze everything from every possible angle, that's not a mistake. It is not a bug in your programming.
It's not a flaw, it's a feature. And that's the core takeaway here. Your ability to think in these deep layers is actually an advanced feature of your mind. It's the very thing that lets you see what other people miss and to prepare for futures that other people haven't even thought about yet. Think about it. People who think this way, they have some incredible gifts. We're talking deep analytical ability, a kind of strategic foresight that lets you see around corners, and a real talent for comprehensive, truly thorough problem solving. These aren't weaknesses at all. They are the absolute hallmarks of a great strategist.
So from now on, the next time you feel yourself going deep into thought, try not to see it as being stuck in a loop. See yourself as building a tower of strategic insight, one layer at a time.
The real question isn't, how do I stop thinking so much? The question is, how are you going to harness the incredible power of your layered mind?